Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Tonight makes night number 6 on my 9 nights of Navratri here on Matthew's Guyanese Cooking. Now in today's video, I'm going to be hitting you guys with a classic and I'm going to be making Gulab Jamun. Now this right here is the traditional Indian Gulab Jamun that I wanted to share with you all. A lot of you guys have been asking for this recipe, and when I first started this channel a long time ago, over 4 years ago, I had shared this recipe with you guys, but it was for a very large batch of Gulab Jamun. This right here is more for a smaller batch if you wanted to make it at home for a small gathering or for just your family for a quick dessert. Being that this is the 6th recipe on my 9 nights of Navratri, this recipe is dedicated to the 6th form of Mother Durga known as Katyayani, and her representation is she who attracts divinity, who is worshipped by the gopis, knowledge, and excellence. Now before I get into making those amazing Gulab Jamuns you're going to see in a little bit, I wanted to go ahead and give a big shout out to Kavita over at Lotus Bazaar and thank her for sponsoring this awesome outfit that I have on today. And they have such a wide selection of men's outfits, women's outfits, and kids' outfits. They also sell accessories such as bangles and jewelry. And when you go to Lotus Bazaar, when you check them out, you will be met with great customer service, great quality products such as this right here. If you're all ready to see how I put together these Gulab Jamuns, then please keep on watching. So we're going to start off by making that sugar syrup that our Gulab Jamuns are going to soak in. So into a heavy bottom pot, I'm going in with some water and I'm going in with some white sugar. And I'm going to stir it and I'm going to bring it up to a boil on a medium to medium high heat. This part is optional, but I love the taste, so I'm going to be going in with some ground elychee or cardamom. And once this comes up to a boil, you're going to let it boil for about 5 to 10 minutes or until it starts to get just slightly thickened in texture. Now you want this to be more of a simple syrup texture. You don't want it super thick and gloopy or ready to be crystallized. You want it to be pretty thin. So just go ahead and keep on feeling it, let it cool a bit, and then feel it in between your fingers. And as soon as you feel a slight stickiness, you know you're done. Now at this point, we're gonna go ahead and make the dough for the Gulab Jamuns. Now this dough is actually very simple to make. So into my bowl, I'm gonna be going in with some whole milk powder. I'm also gonna be going in with a little bit of all-purpose flour. I'm also gonna be going in with a little bit of ground elychee or cardamom. And I'm also going to be adding in a little bit of baking soda. This is what's going to give it that nice fluffy texture. Once you get all of those dried ingredients into your bowl, you're just going to mix everything well until they're well combined. And at this point, I'm also going to be going in with some softened ghee or clarified butter. And once you add that ghee in, you're going to go ahead and rub it into the dried ingredients until you get a fine, crumbly mixture. And once you've gotten the ghee all mixed in, you're going to start to stream in a little bit of evaporated milk, a little bit at a time, or until you get a very sticky dough. Now the thing with milk powder is that over time while it sits, it keeps on absorbing liquid, so even when you think it's sticky, it will end up being dry after you let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. And you have to make sure that you make this dough nice and sticky because as you're rolling the Gulab Jamuns, the dough is going to sit and that milk powder will keep on absorbing. And if the dough is too dry, when you go to fry your Gulab Jamuns, they're going to be very hard and they're actually going to fall apart a little bit in that oil. Now once you make your Gulab Jamun dough sticky, you're going to say, well, now I can't go ahead and roll it into balls. What you need to do now is you need to let this rest for about 5 to 10 minutes or until the milk powder has a chance to absorb that liquid, and then you can go ahead and start to roll them into balls. So my mixture has been sitting for about 10 minutes now, and as you all can see when I move it around, it is no longer sticking to my fingers a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and break off 2 teaspoon sized balls and I'm going to go ahead and just roll them into smooth little balls to be fried. Now you can make your Gulab Jamuns as big or as small as you want. I prefer to make them on the smaller side because you get some more out of the dough and they will also be puffing up into the oil, so you have to make sure that you account for that. And while you're rolling your Gulab Jamuns out, make sure you get them as smooth as possible and there are no cracks. Because if there are cracks, then they will fall apart in the oil. And if throughout the process while you're rolling your Gulab Jamun dough into balls, if the dough starts to get dry, you can always stream in a little bit more of that evaporated milk, so this way you can get a softer dough. So I have all of my Gulab Jamuns rolled out into balls, and at this point I'm going to start the frying process. So in a heavy bottom pot, I've heated up some vegetable oil on a medium to medium low heat. You want to make sure that it's only slightly bubbling when you add in those Gulab Jamuns because they take a long time to fry. They take about 6 to 10 minutes to fry for every batch. So this way they can be well cooked on the inside and they don't burn on the outside. So once you get a batch of your Gulab Jamuns in, you're just going to go ahead and let them fry for about 6 to 10 minutes or until they're puffy and they're golden brown all over on all sides. So this batch took 8 minutes to fry, and as you all can see, they have a beautiful golden brown color on all sides. So what you're going to want to do once they're done frying is you're going to want to remove them from the oil with a slotted spoon, and you're going to put them into a bowl that you've lined with some paper towels just to drain off some of that extra oil. So I have all of my Gulab Jamuns fried to golden perfection. They're beautiful and golden brown and they're nice and puffy. So at this point, once you get them out of the oil, you want to get them into a big bowl.
and then you're going to pour that hot sugar syrup all over the top of them. And what you want to do is just ensure that all of them are submerged, so this way they soak up an even amount of that sugar syrup. So all you want to do now is you want to let it soak for at least 4 hours, or for better results, you can let it soak overnight. And after you let those gulab jamun balls soak in that sugar syrup for a couple of hours to overnight, they are ready to serve. And I'm just going to cut one open to show you guys exactly what it looks like and how amazing these gulab jamuns came out. I think that the test to see if you have the perfect gulab jamun is when you bite into it. If that juice is leaking out from the gulab jamun, I think you did a good job.
So as you all can see, those gulab jamuns were super easy to put together. Now I told you guys that this is for a smaller batch of gulab jamun. I only used 2 cups of that milk powder, but somehow I still got 50 gulab jamun. So this makes a lot. If you needed to feed a large crowd, you could easily double this recipe and you'd get about 100 pieces, and that is the perfect amount for a large gathering. So I just want to go ahead and give this gulab jamun a quick taste test. Look how awesome that gulab jamun looks. The gulab jamun is smooth on the outside, has the perfect color, and when you look at it, it is nice and spongy. You guys look at how amazing that gulab jamun looks on the inside. And if you squeeze it, all of that beautiful sugar syrup is just falling out of it. These gulab jamuns are perfectly sweet, not overly sweet. They have the perfect texture. And trust me, if you follow all of my steps and my little tricks that I shared in the video, you'll get the perfect gulab jamun. So that concludes night number 6 of my 9 nights of Navratri. Make sure you go ahead and stay tuned for tomorrow for night number 7. And once again, if you're interested in purchasing an outfit such as this, go ahead and check out Lotus Bazaar. I'm gonna have all of their information in my description box right below this video. So if all of you lovely people out there enjoyed this video today, please go ahead and give it a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. And if you click that bell notification icon, you'll never miss out on any of my newest videos. And of course, drop those comments down below and let me know what you all would like to see next.